Shut up and sit down.
Greetings, fellow Earth travelers. Oblyx here, coming at you today from Project Ozone Lite. How y'all doing today? So, last time we built these bad boys. Yep, 4 of them. And, well, they're pretty massive. But today, we are going to the extreme. Yeah, all up in your face. Now, let's see if our jetpack thing still works. Oh, yeah. Nice. Yeah, I was worried it wouldn't micro-stupid, more likely. Decided to stealth upgrade my machine last night. I freaking hate Windows 10. And its intrusiveness into our world. It is just very unpleasant. Luckily, the video I had uploading when it decided to do the update had finished just before the update, so otherwise I would be screaming and yelling and throwing a hissy fit. Anyway, as you can see, I've built a platform down here, ready to accept our first tower-borne machine. And like I said, today we're going to the extreme. We're going to build an extreme reactor. Now, this will not be the only power source we build in our base. This is one of 2 major power sources that we're going to build in our powered towers. We're going to have one there and one over there. And looks like I've got a head falling out of the sky. Oh, stupid zombie head. But yeah, we're going to be building that. Looks like another head's falling out of the sky. It's a bug with the way the heads interact in the farm. For whatever reason, they tend to bounce up and down there. But given that that's about to be ripped out, that won't be an issue. Once we get that extreme reactor going, we can start ripping down all this power stuff here on the platform. This is one of the few things holding the platform still up. Actually, all of this stuff over here could be torn out today, and I would not cry about it. But I can't lose this stuff yet. I need power. So I could tear this down and move it in there, but I want a better power source. This has been a great mid-game power source. It served us well, but it's time for an upgrade. So we're going to knock that out today. And we're going to go right in here. So we're going to start with these reactor casings. And I just want to lay them across like so to use as our guideline. And I think I want to come out this way. Yep. This will be good. And you may hear the rain in the background. It always seems like it's raining, doesn't it? It's not the reality, but it sure does feel that way. And I want to keep this kind of even. Well, I want to keep it exactly even. So we're going to use this as our midline. So we went up 1. So we're going to come down 1 as well. not going to put a pimple on the edge of the world there. Come on now, Oblyx. Now, I think underneath these little causeways is where I want to put the controls for this guy. So we've got redstone ports and a tap and 2 of the access ports. So let me find where my elevator is. There's my elevator block. Takes us back up to the little platform up here. So it is there. So I want to put our controller, I think, right there. And let's put our redstone control down here, kind of out of the way. And we'll need 2 of those, so we'll pop those guys out. Put our redstone control in. And I think we want our power to come up this wall here. So let's dig this out. Put our redstone port. That leaves us with 2 fuel ports. 1 for input and 1 for output. There. So that should be all of our controls. Now we just need to get the rest of the casing built. 1, 2, 3, 4. I think I want to go 5 down. Yeah, I think that's what I want. Oops. I'm going 5 down, including this one. Remember, that's our middle line. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yep, that'll work. And do that on each corner. And then let's just bridge these guys. I'm pretty sure you have to have casings on the edges, not glass. There we go. And let's see, we've come down 1 there. I think we're gonna go ahead and come down, bring it down 1 all the way around, just so we get that little box shape. Yeah, that looks better. Now we gotta do the bottom. Yes, I know there's not enough control rods. I haven't actually put any in yet, so that would definitely mean there's not enough. Thanks for letting me know over and over and over again. Yeah, maybe I forgot in the last 30 seconds. There we go. So we've come up 1 here. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now, I'm not a huge fan of extreme reactors. I've built them before. You know, usually as a holdover until I build a bigger, cooler power supply. But they work. I'm not known for building the most efficient, amazing, wonderful reactors ever. So bear with me on that. Yeah, this is going to be kind of a down and dirty reactor. It will function. It may not be the most efficient thing in the world, but it will function. Oops. There we go. Nice. Now I just need to put a top on it. Alright, now we need some of these guys. These control rods. Basically, I'm building it so that there will be coolant all the way around every control rod. So pretty simplistic design, nothing fancy. And now we need to get inside. And put the fuel rods. See, there will be a coolant all along here. And then, of course, in between all of these. Now, I think I could go in and put additional rods there, 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 and there. And I might do that eventually, but not right now. This thing was pretty expensive to build as is. I didn't realize these gave off light. But apparently they do. Oops. Just kind of get the basics in place here. Then we'll go down to the bottom and fill them in. Nice. I should have the exact right number of stuff. We'll find out in a minute if I counted correctly. Looks like I'm doing good so far. All right. Now we need some glass. I don't want a lot of glass because, you know, glass is going to make lag. But I do want a little bit. Nice. Now let's actually get out of this beast and finish up with our glass. We are almost done. Watch me run out of glass right here at the end. Got all my other numbers right. I'll probably get the glass wrong. Sweet. Now you'll know it's correctly built, that you have all the right parts when it changes these structures. These reactor casings change their pattern. So the ones in the middle get this kind of, I don't know, smoothed over pattern, and these get these edge structural look to them. Plus your control panel will light up red, and you can actually access it. So it is fully formed. We need to get some coolant in there. And we need to... I have a wrench. There we go. I did make a reactor wrench. So that's input, so we want this one to be output. There we go. Now it's got an input and an output. And we want this to toggle reactor on off, set from signal. Then we want this one to active while above, no, active while below, say 75%. So now this will send a signal to this to turn the reactor on. We'll need to build put a redstone conduit in there. There we go. And yeah, we can see that it did turn on because it's less than 75% power. Of course, it can't actually turn on because there's no go-go juice in there. So now we need to get some coolant going. Actually, I put those torches in my inventory so I wouldn't forget to torch the top, because I don't want mobs spawning up there. Now for coolant, I think we're going to use gelid cryothium. We have a cow for that. That's like the new saying, right? We have a cow for that. There should be... I didn't even look to see if it was in this pack. And I cannot, for the life of me, remember the name of the goofy thing. It looks like a water pump. So that's the electric pump. It looks very similar to this, except for it goes the other direction. You know, it fills things up instead of empties them. Is it not in this pack, or am I just missing it? That's a laser. There it is. Fluidic plenisher. This will put fluid wherever we ask it to and completely fill up an area. So can I make one of these? So we do need an electric pump for that. Why is that not going into... Ugh. Mechanism, you're killing me. There we go. I bet you $1 this one won't build. So we need control circuits and 10. Interesting. Okay, so circuit and 10. Don't often use 10. There we go, a fluidic plenisher. What I should be able to do is break one of those, which will, in essence, disable the machine. Pop that there. Now I've got to get power in here and fluid in there. So what we want, universal cable for power, and we want mechanical pipes for fluid. So we'll lay that there and this there. Now we need to go get some fluid and some power. Oops, hello. Wow, it has completely filled up our warehouse. The mining dimension has completely filled up our warehouse. Let's take a look at our ores. Oh my my. Yeah, we definitely we have some work cut out for us there. In fact, we are going to shut this pigman up and drop off his giblets. We're going to zip out to the mining dimension and collect the wireless power for that. And we're going to use that as for the fluidic placer. So, where did I stick the thing? Over here. Got all turned around. And I want to use the Tesseract. Let's use the Tesseract. What the heck? Well, it's actually a interchanger, but it acts like an old school Tesseract. Alright. We won't use our transport system since we're right here. Get our configurator. And make sure it's set to not wrench mode. That does not seem to be getting any power out of there. Maybe it is and it's just not lighting up. This has power. Interesting. This guy accept upgrades? He does. I know I don't have any pre-built. There we go. Alright, while I go get the jellied cryothium, we will let that suck in those energy upgrades. I think I have some over here. I was building a whole bunch of power cables earlier. Yes, I do. Almost a full drum. I was building a whole bunch of these cryo-stabilized flux ducts. We can use them to power the base since they transport infinite RF. Pop that down there. Get this guy to sucking those. Ah, see, that is not filling up, which means he is not getting the power. Why? Why you no power? Yeah, see, I made 512 of those. I have a few. There we go. It just didn't like that universal cable going off of that Tesseract for some reason. Do not know why. There we go. Get that jellied cryothium going in there, and it is pumping it into our system here. That is pretty darn cool looking. And what it's doing is it's placing a jellied cryothium source block in every possible space of this device. And then it stopped. Why did you stop? Oh, now you're going again. Fair enough. Or if it doesn't like that that these are sealed, maybe I should open them up. So I believe the cryothium would actually work fine if it were, if you just put one source block at the top and then let it float down. I think it would be fine in this situation, but I think it's better if the whole thing is source blocks. Ah, interesting. Okay, what it did was it source blocked all the way to the top, then didn't get to realize that there were other things to do. Okay. That may have been related to that hole that we were looking at. Okay. So let's try this. Oh yeah, by the way, jelly cryothium hurts, so don't swim in it. It's supposed to be like this super cold liquid of some kind. Pop that on there. Pop that there. Let's see if it finishes filling up for us. Seems like it's definitely trying. And it stopped again. Why have you stopped again? Is it because of this? It does seem to be because of that. Seems like because those were higher than they should have been, it made it unhappy. Oh, come on, you don't have much left to do. You were doing such a good job. Yeah, I may have to revert to the good old bucket. Which would be okay, because it is literally almost done. Actually. It is done. Nice. yeah, once we put these blocks in, it'll cover up those last little spots. And all filled in. Nice. And full of jellied cryothium. Very, very cool. Source blocks the entire way. Source blocks for the win. So now, let's get rid of this stuff. And inside this ender chest, I've linked this back to our cow farm, and it's pulling our yellorium ingots, which will be the fuel for this thing. So we need to get that fuel into there. I think a conduit will work just fine. So this is our input. I think what I want to do is pop that out and put the chest right there so I can look at it whenever I want without having to fly into the abyss. I think I'm just going to run this cable along like so. Do an insert. Do an extract always. Now this guy should be getting the go-go juice, which he is. He's filling up with fuel. So we need to go readjust our redstone because I think it, when I broke the device, I think it dropped it. No, it's still there. I'll see active while below. Set from signal. Okay. It's got no power. Why is it offline? It should be online. It's full of fuel. Oh, pooper scooper. There. There we go. Boy, that didn't take long, did it? It was only green for a second. And it totally filled up with go-go juice. Awesome. So now, I have other plans for this reactor. We are not just going to build the bog standard extreme reactor like everybody builds and then set it and forget it and walk away. No, no, no. This is only the foundation. You know, much like that Taurus was our foundation for all these buildings. This is the foundation for our reactor. Yes, folks, it's going to get a lot better. But it will serve us just fine in this early goings. So now we've got to get the power that this guy generates into a battery to store it and around to the rest of our base. Alright, we're going to use our ducts our cryostabilized flux ducts. We're just going to run them out of this redstone flux tap port. Now we're using these because they carry an infinite amount of RF, so they say. And what I'm eventually going to do is run them up the wall here. That looks cool as you walk across the gang tree thing there. We're just going to run it right up the wall and into our under walkway below the, there it is, below the main walkway here. You know, so we'll be able to come in here and route this to anywhere we wish it to go within all the domes. I can break these out right here, much like we did on the top, and run that way to one of the domes. We can come over here, break these out, and go that way to one of the other domes. You know, however we wish to do it. I can also come up in here and set up all of our wireless, so we can have our wireless power up here as well. So one final thing that we need to take a look at is what to do with the waste. Now the waste is actually reusable in the reactor. We've already got some. The cyanide ingots is the waste product. So we need to get this out of the reactor. So I think we will again use ender chest, and I think we'll put one right here. So let's look at ender chest. We need 2 of them. And I think we will dye these cyan. Realistically, they should probably be blue because the cyanite becomes plutonium. But ooh, that rain is getting hard outside. But because we're building them in, or we're making them service this, the cyan domes, I think we'll just use that. I love how they both open at the same time now that they're colored the same. We'll privatize them. There we go. And of course one will go right there. And we need some conduit. And this time we're going to come out of this port. Come on, run, goofy thing. We want to insert into the ender chest. And extract always. And that's just going to let us move this material anywhere we want it to be. And if I look in this chest, we should have the 3, which we do, which is the same 3 we have in this chest. And we'll do something with this later, where we reprocess and reuse it. There we go. We've got automatic fuel insertion, automatic waste removal. We have our redstone control circuitry and power heading out for our massive extreme reactor. Sunday, Sunday, Sunday. Producing 500,000 RF a tick. Getting a little warm. We can dial that down on our control rods a little bit. We can down these just a little bit and it'll make it happy. That's not bad. I might actually even lower it just a scoosh more. There we go. Perfect. I'm good with that. So that will be our power source for the near future. Now, I had a question in my last video in the comments section by Blocks9 about my pickaxe, and he was wondering why I didn't use a carbon pickaxe because I have a carbon cow. Well, the fact is I am using a carbon pickaxe. You'll see up there at the top it says carbon pickaxe, and we're level Grandmaster, so I've been using it a long time. We built it pretty early on in the series together. It's been a while though. But the reason I think that maybe he was thinking it wasn't a carbon pickaxe was because the tips are white. If you look, it does have sharp ester. I have been putting quartz on it, trying to get it to match the strength of my axe here, but that's just not happening. The axe is better, so I went ahead and stuck looting on the axe, or in this case luck 3, which gives it looting as well, because that's what I had on the pickaxe, and it worked well for killing mobs to get extra giblets out of them. But since it's too hard to get the pickaxe up to the same level as the axe, I just put the looting on the axe and called it good. But yeah, they're both carbon. Actually, all of my tools are carbon, with the exception of the shuriken, which is steel, lead, bronze, and silver. So Blocks, I am actually using carbon tools, but thanks for talking and noticing it. Whoa, hello Enderman. You got issues, dude? Come at me, bro. I'll show you what this axe can do to your face. Get you run off like a little scaredy chicken cat. Which one of you? Which one of you? Was it one of you? 'Cause oh, it's you. Okay. There you go. Now you're dead. Now see? You done got all your friends killed. Y'all want to go, huh? Okay. Y'all can't handle this. Oh, that's so loud. So yeah, the axe is just more powerful and stronger, so hence why I stick with that. But I am afraid that is all the time I got for today. But I sure do appreciate you guys coming to hang out with me, as always. And until next time, get out there and make some noise. See ya!